Hi, I'm Trevor Lund from morethan-a-bucketlist.com, here answering questions people have about my coaching package, programs and packages and courses and all those good things at morethan-a-bucketlist.com. And I'm here to answer this question here now. It is, how can I have other coaching questions answered for me? Well, guess what? One thing I do is a podcast. It's More Than a Bucket List Radio. And part of that podcast is answering people's questions. Now, these can be specific questions about your situation, your circumstance. When I do the podcast, it's not so much coaching, it is more consulting, right? Like you're coming for my expertise and I'm giving you my advice to you. It's I sometimes throw in some tools and coaching tools and different ways to think about things in that podcast as well. But primarily to understand that those coaching questions are going to be answered in not the way I do in a typical coaching session. A typical coaching session, I would be answering I'd be answering your questions with questions of my own to get you to discover the answer that you want and you need, because you know the answer. You're entirely capable, and I hope you see that in my coaching. But feel free, please ask me your questions for the podcast. It helps me with content, helps me to know what people are thinking and where they want to go. And feel free to use the form on the podcast page for that. I'm Trevor Lund, More Than a Bucket List, and hope to see you at morethan-a-bucketlist.com. Subscribe to the podcast too. You might have questions you didn't even know because other people have them, and then you think about, hey, that's the question I was thinking about too. So subscribe to the podcast. I'm Trevor Lund.